Shalom Aleichem. In this week's Parsha, at the end of the Parsha, we encounter the story of the Lashon Hara that Miriam and Aaron speak about Moshe Rabbeinu. And of course, it's hard to understand exactly what was Miriam saying. But one thing's for sure, it was problematic because she gets tzarat. God gets really angry. Moshe Rabbeinu has to daven for her, and then she's healed eventually. And there's an amazing thing. The Torah gives us a commandment at the end of Sefer Dvarim to remember what happened with Miriam, to remember the story of the Lashon Hara of Miriam. So you just got that mitzvah. The Ramban actually writes this is one of the 613 commandments of the mitzvah of the Torah every day, to remember what happened with Miriam. And the question which I have is, isn't that a little harsh? In other words, poor Miriam, she's a tzaddikus. She saved the Jewish people. She convinced her dad to remarry. She led the singing at Kriyas Yamsuf for the women. She was a prophetess. The whole survival of the Jewish people, the well was in her schus. Give the girl a break that every single day, every Jew has a mitzvah to tell this awkward situation about how she spoke Lashon Hara about Moshe. Why? Why do we need to be so obsessed with this story? By the way, it seems like if a person's learning Hilchos Lashon Hara every day, he will be fulfilling this mitzvah. Because the idea of remembering what Miriam is to remind yourself not to speak Lashon Hara. So if you do a daily video, daily learning, Chavetz Chaim, it seems like you would be fulfilling that mitzvah. In any case, Rav Yitzchak Isaac Sher, one of the greats in the Slobodka Yeshiva, suggested the following. What we're really saying is that even someone like Miriam, on the highest spiritual level, a prophetess, even she could fall in the dust of Lashon Hara. We know, of course, her intentions were good. Rashi says she was upset about the fact that Moshe Rabbeinu set himself apart from his wife. She had good intentions. Maybe it was l'toelas, it was for a good purpose. Maybe her mistake was instead of speaking to Aaron, she should have spoken to Moshe Rabbeinu straight up. It was a small mistake. And tzaddikim, tzadkaniot, are judged on the highest level. But the lesson for us is that even Miriam could make a mistake like that. So all the more so, all of us can fall into the trap of Lashon Hara. And the only way of strengthening ourselves to not fall into that trap is to remind ourselves every single day, to give us strength, to mechazik ourselves so that we don't make the mistake. If even Miriam the Great could make a mistake, so all the more so we could. And our only hope is to remind ourselves by learning every day about the importance of speaking positively, of judging favorably. And only through that chizuk will we have a fighting chance of not speaking badly and instead speaking beautifully about one another. Good Shabbos, good Shabbos. I hope you enjoyed.